Mabuhay in Madayaw, I'm Maximo Macalipas Jr., currently the Economic Enterprise Manager of the City Economic Enterprise under the City Government of Davao. So I took up my Master of Project Management at Swinburne University of Technology in Melbourne, Australia in 2020 to 2021. That was during the COVID-19 or the pandemic. However, I was able to pursue and earn another Australian degree through the Australia Awards Scholarship.
And doing it twice, what urged you to study? Not everyone has the parang capacity, the commitment. What urged you to take your Australia Award Scholarship studies?
I think the passion and determination to improve the economic enterprise. Looking back 2 decades ago, economic enterprise is dependent on other departments, on our budget and other supports. However, I got the positive results from my previous graduate diploma of entrepreneurship and innovation, which I did 2010 to 2011. That pushes me back to return to Australia to earn my Master of Project Management, to develop more competencies, especially in managing local enterprises. Because previously, the graduate diploma in entrepreneurship and innovation just focused on the market operations. So I'm looking forward of unifying other various units of the economic enterprise, not only the markets, but cascade that one to slaughterhouses, cemetery operations, and other economic enterprise units.
Yung pagtungtong niyo ulit sa university, how did it felt like? How was, if you're gonna take us back to that, the feeling of being a student all over again, and then thinking na you have an ongoing thing in Davao already,
Yes.
and then additional information. Can you take us back to the feelings that you were feeling back?
I felt happy because I'm coming back to my second home, as the Swinburne University of Technology, where I was schooled at the Australian Graduate School of Entrepreneurship, where I'm looking forward of meeting again the industry experts who are our lecturers or tutors, so they will guide us on the business itself, the business DNA that we can make use when we are going to return to our respective organizations. The good thing with my university is that they already acknowledge that I will have my re-entry action plan when I return home. So, first meeting, I already handed my re-entry action plan, and they already know what are the other subjects that I'm going to take to guide me on my future undertaking when I return home.
What was their reaction when you are already ready with your REAP, and then how's your relationship with your mentors, with your peers? Did you meet people that you met already in your past?
The Master of Project Management, even if it's still in the Australian Graduate School of Entrepreneurship, it's another department. I'm no longer in the entrepreneurship department. However, we still connect, and then I presented that initially I just developed a business plan for a market, but now I'm looking forward of unifying the various units of the economic enterprise, which I think the program that was packed is applicable to the re-entry action plan that I'm aiming at the same time for the organization as a whole.
And what are your most memorable and fondest experiences while living in Australia? You can just state your most memorable one.
I think the most memorable is that I am schooling in other countries like in Australia, not knowing that we have the upcoming pandemic. So I'm have the face-to-face classes, then online classes, and before the program ends, we have the hybrid class. So it's a unique experience.
But okay. So how does it feel to be able to pursue a course that focuses on project management? Is it project management?
Yeah.
Knowing that it will directly impact your existing work in that.
Yeah, I am thankful that I was given the opportunity to take up the Master of Project Management. I think this is a preparation for me to become an economic enterprise manager, learning from the different competencies that needed by an economic manager looking on uh, managing change, decision making, and even entrepreneurial skills that really needs to be studied, or at the same time we need to be well versed on those aspects.
And ito, if you were to describe your Australia Awards journey, times two,
Yes.
in one word, or it could be a phrase, what would it be and why?
I think it's a life changing because
Can you repeat that? Parang, my Australia Awards journey is blank, para may context.
yes, my Australia Awards journey is a life changing because it helped me to become more ready for the position that I'm handling right now, for the promotion that I'm looking at. At the same time, I was able to cascade that one to various units at the same time to my employees.
Yay! Okay, take a deep breath. Yun yung section mo. O, di ba? Carry naman.
Nakikinig yung mga
Okay lang, may add ako na.
Sure.
Sure.
Dun na sa question mo kanina about yun sa most memorable, because of mention mo yung COVID, pwede ka din mag-mention ng other memorable experiences, like, pwede ka mag-mention ng mga landmarks na nagustuhan mo sa Australia, or ano yung particular sa culture nila na appreciate mo.
Sige.
Okay.
Coffee, pwede gano'n, the good coffee, the weather.
So, can you tell us your other most memorable and fondest experiences while living and studying in Australia?
I think the coffee culture in Melbourne is also what I like most because when I see a person there holding the 5 cups of coffee, unfortunately it was not intended for me, the 1 cup, but this will be given. It will be sa kanila na lang pala lahat yun. So yun ang naisa-isip ko kung gaano talaga sila kalab nila ang coffee culture. And also during the COVID-19, we were restricted in one area. Bawal po yung tumabi or pumunta sa ibang mga area. They are good in implementing those restrictions. However, when open na po si Sydney at saka other states in Australia, I was able to make sibat going to another state, specifically sa Sydney, to stay for a month doon siya. And then, continue pa rin yung learning namin kasi we have an online classes. So, yun ang kagandahan sa experience ko din sa Australia.
Sorry, last how about yung Filipino community? Kasi di ba marami kayo?
Yes. Because of the COVID-19, we were able to connect with our titos and titas in Melbourne and also in other state because we have a Zoom meeting or online parang discussions or mga meetings o kumusta na, and then they will just send some food stuff sa flat ko, and then checking on kumusta na ako because personally isa na lang ako na nakatira sa flat with my landlady. I was not with my family, so solo person lang talaga ako to able to fulfill the earning an Australian degree for the second time.
How does it feel to be part of this Australia or being a scholar? What pride does it give you, or what can you say about being one?
I took pride of being an Australia Award recipient because alam natin na we are for scholar para sa bayan, and we are getting the Australian degree and have it paid back to our respective organizations. The learnings that we got and all the competencies should be cascaded or replicated in our respective organizations. Yun ang iniisip namin. At the same time, the re-entry action plan of the Australia Awards, which is a unique features of the Australia Awards scholarship, really had in my heart that I need to work hard and earn the degree and develop a certain action plan when I return home.
So now, the second part is the body. So ito naman is more focused on your course, Master of Project Management in the Swinburne University of Technology. So can you tell us more about this master's program of your choice? Why did you choose this?
I took a Master of Project Management at Swinburne University of Technology, specifically at the Australian Graduate School of Entrepreneurship, because I believe the university has the capability to mold me or develop me into a entrepreneurial mindset, at the same time ready for the current role that I am looking at. And also, we have lecturers or tutors that are already industry experts, or sometimes we have the chief executive officers as our tutors or guest lecturers, giving us guidance or how a business could be. And also the program pack on the Master of Project Management is really applicable because we are in a business setting. At the same time, we have also some immersive site visits to deepen our understanding on the concepts and theories that being discussed in the classroom setting. It's just a small classroom setup for 15 to 20 students. However, we have enjoyable and then worthwhile learning experience at Swinburne Uni.
Carlos, may follow-up question. Dun sa course, Macky, baka can you tell us your favorite subject or favorite class na yung mga learnings mo dun talagang yun yung na-apply mo sa REAP?
Yeah. Also, looking back at the course pack or the subjects that I had with Master of Project Management, I think I'm looking at the strategic management and also the what we call that one. On the IT side, I have also some information technology that I was able to apply in my current role right now. Personally, I am not an IT person, but however, my co-scholar at the City Information Technology Center also helped me to develop systems to aid on the market operations like the e-stall management system. We have also the public cemetery management information system, and we have also the night market system, which we are working now. So I think the subjects that I've learned were already been transferred or cascaded to our units.
And any major key takeaways or major learnings from your entire scholarship experience, the recent one?
The key takeaways. I believe that these learnings were cascaded because I was able to develop on my toolkit or my re-entry action plan on property management, the list management, security and safety, the general administration, and also I was able to map out strategies how we can engage our stakeholders. At the end of the day, we are partners in our respective business in the economic enterprises.
Okay. So now, can you tell us about your current work and position? What is your leadership role? And can you describe the responsibilities?
Currently, I am the economic enterprise manager of the city government of Davao. So I'm in charge of the revenue generating units of the city. Initially, we have only 4 units that time, but however, now it grown up to 31 units, including the other economic enterprises that we have. So, cut.
Pwede maganda yun, Mac. Repeat mo lang kita tapos sabihin mo yung revenue generating enterprises such as
Okay.
alam agad yung makikinig kung ano yung enterprise.
Okay.
So can you tell us about your current work and position and what are your responsibilities and leadership roles?
Okay. So currently, I'm the economic enterprise manager of the city government of Davao. I am in charge of managing and supervising the revenue generating units that we have, specifically on the 8 public markets, the 10 public cemeteries, 2 slaughterhouses, namely the halal and the non-halal slaughterhouse, including the one with the public-private partnership at the Maa Slaughterhouse. Then we have other economic enterprises like the Davao City Recreation Center, the Magsaysay Park. We have also the Santa Ana Port in coordination with the PPA or the Philippine Ports Authority. We have concessionaire building. We have the coffee shop at the City Library. Then we have also the 2 night markets, namely the Rojas Night Market and also the Turil Night Market. In other leasing of stalls at the Davao City Overland Transport Terminal, and also in the long run we have also the Coastal Bazaar.
Dami. Okay. So, how did your Australian education help you advance in your career? And how did you apply the learnings from your postgraduate course in your work?
As I mentioned earlier, it is a preparation of my current role as economic enterprise manager. I need to have some competencies on managing change, what we call that one, improvements, physical improvements in our units, and also how I'm going to engage also the various stakeholders in the organization, so that at the end of the day we are all happy and then generate the revenue that we are wanting for the economic enterprise.
How does it feel to take the lead and to be given such responsibility and to be able to work with a team that handles this responsibility for the city?
At first, I'm not expecting I'm going to have the role as an economic enterprise manager. I just applied for the Australia Awards Scholarship, but after my return and doing the re-entry action plan, the economic enterprise had grown up. A lot of things that needs to be helped in terms of generating a revenue. That's why we have a lot of revenue streams for the economic enterprise. In leading the close to 600 employees would be a challenge. However, the constant communication at the same time, I had agile management type of leadership wherein I just focus on respective units, because cemetery, market, and slaughter have a diverse needs. At the same time, we have difficult situations sometimes that need to be addressed right away. So just like a small meetings would be an effective way of leading the organization.
And if you're gonna describe yourself as a leader, what kind of leader are you?
A change agent and also a transformative leader, because I really wanted to make change and in the
Can
organization.
you give a little context na I feel like I am blah blah or something as a leader I am parang ganun.
As a leader, I wanted to become a transformative leader, at the same time putting change in an organization, because we need to be part of a responsive governance, listening to our people and our stakeholders, so that at the end of the day we will lift up at the same time raise in terms of revenue and in terms of public service.
Sorry, Carlo, follow-up ulit.
Yes.
Gusto mo ng water.
That's okay.
Pwede mo ikwento, Macky, parang yung parang kayo gusto natin kanina, how you rose from the ranks.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Paano ka natulungan ng Australia Awards along the way? Kasi
Okay.
you've been with the city, ano ba, ilang year?
1998.
25
Oh,
years?
wow.
Anong ilang years?
25. Almost.
25 years. Pwede mo kwento yun. And then, kung ano yung naging role ng Australia Awards.
Okay. So I started in the city government of Davao in 1998. So that was almost 25 years. I started as a contract of service at the human resource. So I was assigned in various division of the human resource. So that's just a contract of service. And then I was able to get the plantilla position in 2000 with the City Cooperative Development Office, and transferred to the City Administrator's Office in 2004. And that the time that I'm starting applying for the Australia Awards Scholarship. But my luck was given to me in 2010 when I had the Graduate Diploma of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Swinburne University, when I was Market Supervisor 3 at the Agdao Public Market. So from then on, I continue working with the City Economic Enterprise in looking on the problems or the gaps that we have identified with the economic enterprise. As I mentioned, economic enterprise is dependent from other departments on budgets and other support. So I think there would be a solution to the problem. So I was able to get the scholarship and learn from an Australian university to develop the or help the organization to elevate, at the same time generate the revenue. And on 2020, I was given another opportunity, which I am fortunate and happy that everyone get the second chance to get the scholarship. However, I am privileged to get the scholarship with Australia on Master of Project Management, which I believe could help me on my current role as an economic enterprise manager. Yun?
Tama, perfection. Ayan, okay, take a deep breath.
Okay.
Ayan. So, how did your Australian education, your recent MA degree, help you in planning, organizing, and cascading, and applying the actual concepts in an actionable toolkit? It's putting everything together and making sure that it's applicable to the current operations, right? The toolkit has to be a fit. How did your Australian education help you in doing so?
I think the planning, or we usually do mind mapping or checking on various scenarios before we are going to apply on a certain area. We include all the stakeholders, including the various unit heads that we have, listen what is needed on their respective units. For example, I mentioned about market, which is different from the cemetery and slaughterhouse in other units. So I have already in mind the toolkit, but however, it should be applicable to the need of each unit.
Sino po yung nagsi-cellphone? Sige. Kuya, share mo naman yung joy.
Wait lang, may nagka-cellphone.
Wait lang. Rinig na rinig. Ikaw yung nagsi-cellphone. Rinig ko yan, sorry. Kanina ba? Sorry. Thank you.
Okay. Ayan. So, last question. So, how did your Australian education or your MA degree help you in planning, organizing, cascading, and applying the actual concepts into a toolkit and putting everything together? How did your Australian education help you in doing so?
I believe the Master of Project Management course, all the learnings that I have, both in the classroom setting and even the industry visit that we have, had prepared me to develop the toolkit that I'm looking at, and also in the planning, organizing, and cascading that one to our respective unit heads and also to the employees that are recipient of the toolkit.
Okay. So we're going now to your REAP. At dive deeper, almost done. Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Yan. So I need to ground. Okay. So what is your REAP and how did you come up with it and what inspired you to do it? So I know that you mentioned it already, so you can not include it as I mentioned before, but maybe you can have a different version of explaining it in a more succinct manner.
Yeah. So my re-entry action plan is the formulation of a quality standards toolkit for managing. Okay. So my re-entry action plan is the formulation of a quality standards toolkit for managing local economic enterprise. As I mentioned, we have the cemetery, the public markets, slaughterhouse, and other units in the economic enterprise that needs to generate revenue, at the same time improve the public services that we have. So looking at those problems, we need to have a unified approach or framework to address all these concerns, not only on revenue generating but also on facility development, safety and security, general administration, and also customer satisfaction per se.
Okay. So can you give us a gist of the toolkit or the key points that made it a success? What do you think is parang the secret sauce, or what do you think are the components that made the toolkit a successful tool or a successful initiative?
I believe that because of the toolkit, so the various units of the economic enterprise expanded because of the good revenue income that we derive from that one, that we were able to improve on our customer service, the public service, at the same time on facility development. We have also the lease management, which we follow on a certain standards, how we are going to invite potential vendors or market stall owners. Then we have the lease contract. We have the e-stall management system. And also, we connect with the city treasurers because they are the one collecting the payments. So we have already standardized that one. And also with the public cemetery management information with the City Information Technology Center, we have set up the standard on the leasing of the areas in the cemetery operation and also other economic enterprises.
So can you say that it helped in operations, in efficiency of operations, and then the inclusion of technology in these systems? So maybe something to that effect. Can you parang a summarize effect on why the toolkit was a success? Because it's a combination of blank, 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 parang ganun. So you can start with, I feel like what made the toolkit effective or something is because
Yeah, I believe that the toolkit is effective because we were able to get the 100.21% on our revenue income last year. This is first time when we go back on the experiences of economic enterprise. Then we continue to collaborate with various agencies that helps economic enterprise now grow now, and at the same time improve on the facility and improvement on the service delivery. Then the coming of the various information technology support system on digitalization, which is part of the program of our city mayor, Bastian Duterte, to digitalize at the same time responsive to the needs of the clients of Davao City. And at the same time, the ongoing infrastructure development for the different units, looking at standard that we have with our Agdao Farmers Market and also with our wireless cemetery operations. And now we have also the modern slaughterhouses that we have, the halal and non-halal, which are both a AA standard with the National Meat Inspection Certificate services. So that means the toolkit really able to help us fine-tune on what are the things that needs to be improved, at the same time sustain on the positives that we have in the economic enterprise.
Ano lang, parang, baka na-answer na rin kayo, pero for safety lang, pwede mo ba ikwento na, ano ba yung naging problem before? Parang yung toolkit yung naging solution. Pero pwede mo ikwento, dati kasi sa Davao,
so yun.
before the toolkit.
Can you tell us about maybe the gaps before
the gaps.
and then the
Situation before and then situation now. Before
Yeah.
and after.
So,
Pwede mo rin i-mention, like yung sinasabi ni Ms. Milan, yung baka makalimutan ko, yung vendors dati, di ba?
Yeah.
Hindi sila, yun.
So as a refresher of what the economic enterprise 2 decades ago is that we have the various units I mentioned, the public cemeteries, markets. We have also the overland transport terminal and slaughterhouse. Because of there is no unifying framework on facility development, list management, client satisfaction, the feedback, their administration. So I believe the toolkit helped us to develop, to standardize on those approaches, and then each unit could have similar what we call that one actions to those mentioned in the toolkit on physical facility development, the list management, security, their administration, and client feedback. And at the same time, I mentioned also that before we just have vendors directly get a space in the public market. However, we do raffling now, and we have some policy guidelines on the applications of a certain vendors. And also, we were able to set up or identified areas wherein we can have a permanent area for the vendors, no longer on the sidewalk.
And how does it feel to make a positive contribution to the lives of people? Like we are mentioning, di ba, from the likes of the people that you work with, and this time the vendors, the employees of these economic enterprises. How does it feel to make a difference in their lives?
I'm happy that I was able to impart or share the learnings that I've got with the Australian Awards Scholarship, specifically on the Master of Project Management concept, and on business and entrepreneurial skills, that we need to develop also employees at the economic enterprise so that we can continue on generating revenue and helping and supporting the programs and services of the city government of Davao under the leadership of City Mayor Baste Duterte.
And how does it feel whenever you go back? I don't know if you're still going to the markets and seeing these people, and then knowing that you have impacted their lives in a way. They may or may not know you, but what you did actually changed lives. What's your take on that? How do you feel?
As mentioned, I am happy that looking at how the economic enterprise being responsive now to the needs of our clients is really an empowering, at the same time help me to be more responsive to their needs. At the
Sorry,
same,
can we repeat that? Yeah. Yung okay na, okay na siya, pero you don't need to rush it. Parang you can, like, ano. So, kasi ano na to ito na yung making a difference. So, you can take a breath.
sandali ha, mayroon akong i-prepare na ganun. Balikan ko lang.
Okay.
Sige.
So, how does it feel to make a difference? Iniba ko lang ng konti yung question.
Kaya nga.
Pero ito na yung final question sa body, sa
Ano,
brief.
mas mag-add lang tayo. Yung, hindi mo pa na-mention natin tungkol sa benchmarking ng other.
Yeah,
Pwede mo
yeah.
sabihin na parang because of what's happening, yung achievements, nakita na ng mga iba.
Yo.
Parang gano'n, nakita na ng mga iba, gusto na rin nilang malaman na yung sikreto.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, ayan. So, how does it feel to make a difference in the lives of these people, from the vendors, the people that you work with, and especially with the employees or the staff of all these economic enterprises? And with the theme of Australia, di ba? How does it feel that you are actually making a difference in their lives?
I am extremely happy to see people that are happy with the results of my re-entry action plan, having did the toolkit that will be applied to all the units that we have, and also it's empowering as well to look at persons that are what we call that one insured already, that they have the places or stall at the public markets, or even we were able to improve on the cemetery operations because we have an office for each public cemeteries. Looking at the previous, we don't have any offices in the cemetery. They can just go at the main office just to transact. But now we're able to have it on the different locations that are ready to serve the public needs. And also we were able also to help other local government units to know about economic enterprise, what are the revenue streams during their benchmarking on our city. So it's a continuous learning and sharing to them as well.
Can you expound a bit on the benchmarking of this other
Local government units, yeah.
Pwede mo sabihin right now, other local governments are benchmarking the initiative.
Yeah. Okay. So with regards to the benchmarking initiatives of the various local government units, not only in Mindanao, but we also expand on Visayas or even in Luzon, we usually have the economic enterprise present on the best practices that we have, including on the revenue, how we generate revenue, and at the same time guided on the formulation of the ordinances to support your revenue generating programs or initiatives. At the same time, how they are going to look on various revenue streams to work it out in their respective organizations. A good example also is that we are the first in Mindanao to introduce the Paling QR initiative with the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas, and also with the Department of Interior and Local Government. And with that experience, I was able also to encourage other local government units in Mindanao to pursue on the Paling QR initiatives. Is it's a cashless payment mode of payment we have applied in the public market. So currently in Davao City, we were able to have it implemented in the 4 big public markets out of the 8 public markets that we have. And with this one, we were able to get an award from the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas as outstanding BSP stakeholders for 2 consecutive years already.
Okay. So, I think...
Sali ko pa ba yung nagkuhan ako ng lecture doon, pumunta ako sa
Oo,
office?
sama mo na yun. Sige na, ito na ang moment. Marami option.
Yeah.
We were invited by, sabi, ano bang LGU ngayon? Yun, invite mo na rin. I was invited by the LGU to share my re-entry.
Yeah. Okay. Aside from one of the fruits of my Australian education is that I was able also to be invited and share my experience in developing a business plan framework and business plan model for the local economic enterprise of the city government of Kidapawan, wherein the local economic enterprises were able to develop their own business plan at framework and also business models on various revenue streams that need to be supported by a corresponding ordinance as well.
How does it feel that your REAP expanded this much, not just in Davao, but in other local government units? And kumbaga, it's beyond you. It has already evolved in such a way that even if whoever handles this can handle it well and excellently.
I humbled with the experience of having the Australian education, and we was able to help also other individuals, local government units, and even potential business owners to learn from the toolkit that we have applied in our economic enterprise here in Davao City. I hope that it will continue and be sustained. Whoever sits in, for example, we know how to address change in an organization, because as a local government unit, we are just confined on the 3-year period. So sometimes it depends on the trust of the current administration. However, the toolkit also reminds us that there are standards that we are going to follow in terms of how we manage change, in terms of how we do decision making on certain aspects, and even critical situations, how we are going to make actions positively to impact everyone in the organization, in the community as well.
May last na ako bago move forward sa thankful. Again, parang kanina, di ba, parang binanggit mo yung journey mo na as yung kwento na simula 25 years ago. Parang lang meron lang isang soundbite on that. Parang, what do you think is the role of Australia Awards in your leadership journey or yung transformation journey mo between 25 years?
Kaya nga.
Walang ganyan tanong, nilalaw.
Wala.
Wala
Ano nga ang tanong?
Pwede mo sabihin na, na-equip ka, di ba? And it equipped me.
Oh, yes. Oh.
My confidence or something to that effect.
Alam mo ba totoo nga very cool?
Mayroon siya, nasagot ko. Oh. Sige.
Gratitude na yung next step.
Ang haba ng gratitude. Paano? Sige. Sige, balik yung tanong. Ano nga yun?
Ayun. What has been the role of Australia Awards in your leadership journey here in Davao?
As a leadership pala yun.
Kasi di ba you were promoted and like leader.
Okay na? Okay na si Director? Okay. So the Australian education had equipped me with the necessary leadership skills that I really wanted to have in preparation for my current role as an economic enterprise manager. At the same time, it empowers me on all aspects, developing self-confidence in know how to connect, collaborate, and network with potential allies to help us on our, what we call that one, plans and programs in the organizations. It's just making an effective way of communicating to them what we really wanted. A case in point is that it's really difficult to get an approval for the budget. You need to have a support. So all those skills I get from the Australian education help me to lobby for the funding at the city council or connect with other government agencies to help us realize some infrastructure projects in the economic enterprise. Yun ba yun?
Yes, perfect.
Okay, who are the people and organizations that you want to thank and why?
First and foremost, I would like to thank God for giving me a safe and healthy conditions while I'm studying in Melbourne, Australia during the COVID. Not all of us finished our degree because of the challenge of the pandemic. However, I am guided by the Holy Spirit to pursue and earn the Australian degree. Secondly, I am thankful for then Mayor Inday Sara Duterte, our mayor, now our Vice President, who approved my leave of absence on official time to pursue my Master of Project Management at the Swinburne University. And when I come back, she is supportive on my re-entry action plan and put me on the market operation so that I was able to work properly on my re-entry action plan. Then now with City Mayor Baste Duterte, the continuous support, especially on funding, on infrastructure, developing on digitalization programs for the economic enterprise, and other support, including the local finance committee, my head, the city administrator's office, who constantly support and back up on all the projects that we have. And the LFC members, as mentioned, we have our city accountant, our city budget officer, city treasurer, and also a city planning officer, my co-alumni, Engineer Ivan Cortez, who always supports and got the nod from them to continue on developing the economic enterprise now. And also to my family, to Reggie, and all my siblings who were all supported. And my co-employees at the City Economic Enterprise who are openly imbibing the changes that I made because of the re-entry action plan. And we were able to celebrate a small success because last year we were able to generate more than 100% of our revenue target, which is a milestone of the re-entry action plan. Yun lang, hindi mo masama. Oh.
Ito na!
Yes.
So, call to action. Ito na yung pwede in the dialogue.
Parang coffee time din tayo lahat ah.
Bawal. Lalabas lang.
Yung video ko na rin, Maya. Mabilis ko makuha niyo dyan.
So, can you invite fellow Mindanaoans, Dapaweños, people who are also thinking, who are also in their respective agencies, maybe in the government,
Nandiyan na nga sila, di ba, nakikinig?
or people who are also wondering if they can.
Yeah.
Ano po ang mensahe niyo sa kanila? Kung sakaling nagdadalawang isip pa sila kung go sila sa Australia, how would you want to invite them? So you can face directly the camera and you can talk in your dialect para po i-invite sila. At any message din, kaya din ito.
Yeah.
Dito po kayo.
For the young dreamers
Alis ako dito.
and then who have the passion to serve our government,
Sorry, ulit po. Hindi, umalis ako, titingin sa akin si ano eh.
okay. For the young dreamers, continue to read us and then connect with the Australian alumni so that you know what the specific program that you are going to take. There are a lot of available Australian alumni that could help and guide you or mentor you on your Australian education journey. Don't hesitate to connect and collaborate with them because they are available to help and guide you as well. At the same time, continue to be more responsive and then look for possibilities that you can improve your career with the help of the Australia Award Scholarship. Truly, it is a life-changing experience, a worthwhile journey to earn an Australian degree through Australia Awards Scholarship.
Yung dialect, sa local dialect.
Hindi ako marunong. Hindi, magkuhan ako sa Bisaya. Hindi ako...
Wala ka pala ita-translate.
Hindi man ako Bisaya person.
Kata-bata language.
Hindi ako...
Sige, so ulit po natin pero sa akin nakatingin.
Oh.
Medyo candid. So,
Yeah.
so any message for people who are also wondering if they can?
Okay. For the young dreamers, continue to read, ask, and connect with the Australian alumni. There are a lot of Australian alumni that you can connect and ask for guidance if you wanted to pursue an Australian education. There are available opportunities for you to earn a postgraduate degree in an Australian university of your choice that would address the need of your organization or even on the business side or the private sector or wherever your career is in. At the end of the day, you really wanted to earn a degree to help or improve our country, to make a change and to make a difference.
What is your, last na lang po, is what is your message to fellow dreamers who are thinking if who are dilly-dallying pa if they can.
Honestly, applying for an Australian scholarship is not just an easy way, because you need to think what would be the thing that you are going to have in return after earning an Australian degree. You need to consider the things that you are going to put up or establish in the country, in the Philippines, because there's a lot of things that we need to improve. So with the Australian degree, Australian education, we need to map out everything that we really wanted so that we can help and make a difference for our country and become more responsive to the needs of our constituents or the countrymen.
And as Macky, how do you want to continue making a difference in the world?
As a Macky, I think I would continue working at the economic enterprise, becoming a department, because we are expanding on the various units and helping also other employees to be promoted and then settled on their respective divisions so that we can have a focus and more standardized approach on revenue generating. At the same time, back up with the corresponding ordinances, working with the City Council and our executive, and also collaborating with the business sectors, the Davao City Chamber of Commerce, and other private organizations so that we were able to improve our public service delivery in terms of revenue generating programs.
Yay!
Anong ano pa?
Meron pa ba?
Tapos unless si Jen. Cover naman. Cover na.
Yun, magturo pa daw ako. Magturo pa daw ako sa local university. Yung City College kanina na may part, yun hindi ko pala na-mention.
Yeah, pwede may mention. Kasi binidyo natin sila, di ba?
Yes.
Oh, sige. Sabi mo, parang we're also looking at having the City College. Baka pwede pong...
Okay. On a forward-looking, we are also doing meetings in collaboration with our City College of Davao, specifically on their program on entrepreneurship and also on the information technology, the city economic enterprise are ready to accept their students to do on-job training, to have a hands-on experience of what really looks like, at the same time entrepreneurial skills, and putting them on the various units like public markets, slaughterhouses, or even in the night markets. And then looking forward also of establishing an economic enterprise academy so that in the long run, all our local government units have the same, we're on the same page of addressing or performing in our respective economic enterprise roles. Yun lang iniisip ko.
Any message for yourself? If you were to have anything to say to yourself after everything.
I will have the same passion and motivation to work for the economic enterprise because I already felt the gaps, the problems that we had encountered for the last 2 decades, and I'm seeing an opportunity that economic enterprise can improve if we are putting it in place, having a standard on the matter, backed up by a corresponding ordinance. You will not fail to do good things for the economic enterprise.
Meron po tayo, parang, ano yung economic enterprise? Meron ba siyang in layman's?
Negosyante ng gobyerno or business. Parang siya ang naninegosyo
Businesses na parang
ng government. Kasi kung, di ba
gets naman.
di ba ang private, mayroon si SM, mayroon si ganito, si Mercury Drug. Ang sa amin lang kasi,
Ano naman revenue for
Revenue generate.
Oo.
Parang feeling ko medyo gets na.
oo. Kasi sa amin, sa mga leasing of stalls,
Nakakatawa kasi po, okay na. Okay na siya. Yay!
ay salamat. Oh.
Nakakatawa kasi nakikita ko po paano nag-work yung brain niyo. Kapag magtatanong ako ng emotional na question, very logical siya talaga sumagot. Talagang mabalik talaga. I mean, that So, for the first, pakilala po muna tayo. So, you state your name and then your current responsibility or position po dun sa department.
Okay.
And sa akin lang po nakatingin, huwag po kayo makonsyos sa iba.
Okay. Okay. Kasi,
Ay, huwag po kayong lumapit. Nagras po kayo.
okay. Sige, okay. Okay.
So, start po natin. Can you introduce yourself?
I am Mariani de la Cruz Lopez, and I am the market focal person, and as well as sorry, okay.
Isa po ito.
Thanks. QMS representative. My name, okay. My name is Mariani de la Cruz Lopez. I am a focal person for markets, and I am QMS representative, a primary QMS representative for economic enterprises, city economic enterprises.
So, first question po is, how was your experience working with Macky? And what are the things that you admire about him and his leadership?
Um, I witnessed Sir Macky's dedication, perseverance while he was developing this toolkit yung sa QMS, in line with the QMS. He was leading the rollout of this project. Then, yun po, his professional growth has been truly commendable. I am eager to see the greater impact he will make now as he is serving as our city economic enterprise manager in city economic enterprises in Davao City. Then I had chance to work with Sir Macky and found experience very rewarding. He was professional, innovative, and result-driven. Then, in line with the ISO 9001-2015, his RIP quality standards toolkit brought structure and consistency to managing markets, cemeteries, slaughterhouse, and other economic enterprises. Then, it improved revenue collection, and the facility maintenance were maintained and developed, and overall services were and all service delivery. Then wala ka, hindi na ako makita. Louder.
Sige po. Para, huwag niyo na pong i-mind to. I'll ask a different question.
Okay.
So, before po na nagawa ni Sir Macky yung lead niya, what were the struggles noon ng City Economic Department? Wait na po muna. Sabi ko pag game na sumunod. And then, after po mangyari, yung kayo po na nasa on-ground na handling the market, paano niyo po nakita yung improvement?
Okay.
Pwede po magtagalog.
Okay pa. At first, yung ano po, yung regarding sa leasing, nakawitness din po ako na hindi pa lahat ng mga awardees namin sa market po, may contract of lease. So, nag-cleansing kami through from his toolkit. Yung isa sa toolkit niya is lease management. So, nandun po yung then, topsy-turvy talaga yung namin, yung contract of lease. Tapos nga, for now, almost mga 90 plus na yung may mga contract of lease through his toolkit na talaga, na cleanse na yung namin. Then, we have yung property management. Meron ng maraming development sa aming mga like sa Agdao Farmers Market, where he is really siya yung supervisor before. Then, as well as yung security and security and safety. Then, since meron kaming Malagos Slaughterhouse, yun siya na-ensure din yung hand-in-hand na yung na-ensure yung may MIC, yung safety sa food na dapat na ma-deliver or mabenta sa market namin is yung talaga, MIC certified or like that.
Ano po yung
Safety.
ina-admire niyo kay Sir Macky sa kanyang leadership at saka sa kanyang nung ginagawa niyo yung lead niya, yung nakikita niyo siya. Siyempre may mga struggles din, di ba? So ano po yung something na talagang na-admire niyo sa kanya?
Very supportive, tapos knowledgeable din siya sa regarding that. Tapos firm siya sa whatever.
Pwede po natin ulitin, tapos pwede niyo po mabanggit si Sir Macky.
Okay. Si Sir Macky po is very supportive sa amin. Tapos grabe yung trust sa amin. Tapos pero nandun pa rin siya mag-guide sa amin. Then, very firm sa mga decisions niya. So, kung talaga yung nasa ordinance, kailangan i-follow talaga namin. Then, din siya, ma'am, si Sir Macky is, basta lahat, very, para na ring family, yung ganun ang treatment, di lang ka coworker. Yun pa.
And ano po yung, meron ba kayong mensahe sa kanya? Kung meron po kayong pwedeng sabihin kay Macky as a leader, as a friend, and also a colleague, and yun nga, parang kapamilya na
Ayan.
turing. Ano po yung gusto niyo sabihin kay Sir?
Sir Macky, actually, help a lot sa akin. Lalo na yung mga downs ko. Nandun pa rin siya, hindi lang as coworker, as yung yung head ko. Basta nandun siya hanggang nalampasan ko yung struggles ko sa office nila. Yun po.
Ano pong pakiramdam na, di ba po yung team ninyo, maraming achievement,
Yeah, so,
maraming medyo tuloy-tuloy lang po ang trabaho, pero ang dami niyo po na na-achieve sa,
Yes.
in terms of, may talagang measurable.
Yes po.
Yung impact na nagawa ng team. At hindi lang naman yan si Sir Macky kasama.
yes po.
Ano pong pakiramdam na parte kayo ng malaking achievement na ito or ng initiative na ito ng maraming wins ng
Okay. As part of the CEE and staff ni Sir Macky, lalo na yung last year namin na accomplishment through yung engage namin is yung sa income namin. Na-achieve namin yung target more than our 100% target. So yun siya, parang proud. Yung at saka yung, basta yun po.
And sa tingin niyo po, what made the toolkit an effective tool? Ano yung secret sauce niya or ano yung bakit siya naging matagumpay? Yung pagpapatupad ng toolkit na yun na ginawa ni Macky for this year.
With yung teamwork, tapos yung support niya, then yung knowledge niya na impart sa amin, yun po. Then, yun siya po, mentoring na po, yun.
And how was he as a mentor? Paano niya, di ba, nag-aaral kasi siya sa Australia?
Yes po.
Tapos nagawa niya itong leaf na ito yung parang produkto nung after niya mag-aaral. Paano niya ini-impart sa inyo yung mga knowledge? Kasi hindi pwede siya lahat. Nag-mobilize. Paano niya kanya na mentor? Ano yung hindi mo makakalimutan na way of Macky mentoring or teaching you to do your job better?
At first, yung strategy talaga ni Sir, he will ask na, ano yung dapat natin gawin? Mag-ask siya, then mag-share din niya sa kanya, then yung pang-meet halfway, yung namin, tapos ipa-implement. Yung nagustuhan ka talaga sa kanya is yung complete trust niya sa mga tao niya. Then, after that, parang i-comment. So, parang maging okay, na-appreciate niya yung work namin. Yan lang. Thank you.
Here in the enterprise of kahit last na lang yun.
Preferred ba na tanggalin natin yung ID? Para mas...
Okay, sige. Okay lang sir, tanggalin natin yung ID nyo. Pero pwede ba niya i-keep yung ganito?
Yes, keep sa atin.
Then, how do we...
Or yung i-alis na lang po natin. Mas madali.
Ganito, tanggalin ko na ito.
Sige. Ayan. Ayun pa yun.
Tapos matago natin.
Yeah, thank you po.
So may kudigo sana ako. Mahirap na rin magbasa ko sa naga.
Okay, so mic test.
Hello? Good morning.
Okay,
Okay.
audio is here. So, I'll start po with, pwede po kayo mag-start magpakilala. So, your name, your current position po and responsibility here. And then, yung pong sa Australia, kung ano po yung tinitake ninyo at kailan.
Okay.
So, sa akin po nakatingin, so I don't mind po that. Okay.
Start?
Yes.
So, good morning. I'm Gerardo Antonio Castillo. I'm currently the market supervisor of Mintal Public Market, and I was fortunate and privileged to have been the recipient
of the Australia Awards way back in 2009. So taking up the program of Graduate Diploma of Entrepreneurship and Innovation at Swinburne University of Technology.
And being a fellow alumni alongside Macky, how was it po working, both of you as both alumni, how was it working together?
As I can remember, I first went to the program, and then the year after, Sir Macky soon followed, and then we were exchanging ideas, no, on how to go along with the program since I was the first one, and our relationship continued up to the time that now, no, since he's now my department head, so we have a good working relationship, and we have exchanging of ideas. And the good thing about Sir Macky is he always listens to ideas and suggestions from not only from me but from the rank and file employees of the City Economic Enterprise, to which is one of the good qualities of a good leader.
Ano po sa tingin niyo yung common characteristics ng being an alumni graduate of Australia Awards and now having the platform to work together? And what are the positive, I think, characteristics or perspective that you both gained sa tingin niyo po from the Australia Awards scholarship?
Since we were introduced to a number of analytical tools, no, for how to go along with the management of our local economic enterprise. So it taught us how to think outside the box, no? And then the program taught us how to explore more through our initiatives. So.
Okay, so from your experience, what can you say about the projects that was implemented through Macky's REAP, which is the formulation of quality standards toolkit for managing local economic enterprise?
So based on Sir Macky's REAP, it's a formulation of the toolkit, and it was in time. I remember it was parallel to the implementation of the city government of Dabao's development and implementation of the quality management systems, no? In compliance with the ease of doing business. So parallel sila, just in time talaga. So Macky's REAP greatly helped in the formulation of the quality management systems of the city economic enterprise, particularly the market operations.
And from your own perspective, what are the best attributes of the toolkit that made it work? From being also the person on the ground, making sure that it from toolkit to execution, it happens. So tingin niyo po ano yung parang secret sauce or formula, or it can be parang
the impact?
a nice attribute or the impact?
The impact. So the toolkit greatly helped the operation of the cemetery, the city economic enterprise, particularly the operation of markets, where after Macky's REAP and after the implementation of the quality management systems, the city economic enterprise was able to craft the operations manual on the procedures of managing the markets of the city of Davao. So whoever will, since we are not permanent in our positions, so whoever will replace us, the manual is there, no? So it will provide the continuation of the program for the markets, and I think it is underway for the crafting of the another manual for the slaughterhouses and the cemeteries.
How was it po working side by side with Macky and seeing the positive impact of this project to the people in general, to all the stakeholders? How does it feel for you? As also a fellow being a fellow scholar also, and then looking alongside, and then you guys are seeing the impact of what you guys are doing directly to the people.
Given the impact and the results of the so-called toolkit and the various implementation for the ease of doing business. So it is evident that the city economic enterprise has generated a record increase in the revenue, since our primary objective of the city economic enterprise is to generate revenues, and as well as index score for the stallholders and our clients. No? So right now, the toolkit includes the property management. So as evident again, there are a lot of repairs done, no? And for the satisfaction of our clients, no?
Ano pong pakiramdam na nagawa
Yeah.
nagagawa niyo? Kasi parang medyo low-key lang po kayo, na parang just doing your work, di ba?
So,
Pero ano po yung pakiramdam na actually yung ang dami pong achievements ng department ninyo, di ba? Ang dami pong achievements ninyo na napagtutulong-tulungan. How does it feel to be part of something?
yeah, frankly speaking, since I'm on the twilight of my career, having to retire in 2 to 3 years, I think I've done my part, and I'm very proud of the city economic enterprise as from way back 1996, where before we were subsidized, no, our income could not barely sustain the operations, and now we are experiencing a surplus, a considerable amount in surplus, amounting to almost 100 million surplus lang yan. So, very proud.
And I think nasa tanong ko na lahat. Positive impacts. No? Yeah. Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Ibigay na pa yun na pala.
Ay.
Ready? Ready na si Sir Award. Australia Awards. And so let's start with a quick introduction. You can tell us your name and then your current responsibility for the city.
Okay, I'm Ivan Cortez. I'm currently the City Planning and Development Coordinator of the city. I was tasked to be part of this department when then Mayor, now BP Inday, assumed mayorship in 2016. I was considered as a candidate for city planning because of my scholarship in the Australia Awards, because I took up the Masters in Urban and Regional Planning in Australia.
Can you tell us how did you get to know Macky and how was your experience working with him knowing that you are both Australia Awards scholars?
I've known Macky since like 20 years ago, so that gives you an idea of how old we are. But yes, I've come to know Macky when he was first taken in as a scholar in Australia because his re-entry plan is about the souvenir shop of the city, or the Pasalubong Center. So that's where we started collaborating.
And from your experience, what can you say about the projects he implemented through his street, which is the formulation of the Quality Standards Toolkit for managing local economic
Okay.
enterprise?
The local economic enterprises of the city are really services that we think the city can come in to provide services to the public, like the cemeteries, the public markets, and other enterprises. As part of the city planning and the local finance committee, we always want the figures for the economic enterprise to be above the red line, and that's the reason why we have scrutinized also the performance of the economic enterprise, and we're very glad to also note that for the last 2 years, I think we've been getting the desired results for the operation of the economic enterprises.
Okay, so if you're gonna share your perspective on a macro sense, like how did this project impacted the Davao in general and the Davaoenos? Knowing that in the past, in the recent years, the results are already showing, and there's a surplus based on our meeting also with them. What's sorry, it's mine.
Sa iyo?
I think that's the
Dapat.
yes.
Galing.
Sorry. Importante yan. Yes, diba?
Maintenance.
Hindi pa naman. Ayan. So, yun. We just want a fresh perspective from you, Sir Ivan. Like, to speak for Davao in general, what's the effect or the positive impact of this REIT or project of Macky as a whole to the city and to the people?
It's not just important to the city government operations. It's important in the sense that what we're using for the operations of economic enterprise is really coming from taxpayers' money, and we want more value added to it, and that's the reason why we're banking on toolkit of Macky to improve the operations of the economic enterprises.
And if there's any message from that you can give to Macky, since this video will feature him and his feet, what would it be?
Just to continue his fervor and his
Sorry,
enthusiasm.
Pwede natin idagdag yung context na may message to Macky. Para
Okay.
meron ng pumunta.
My message to Macky is to continue his enthusiasm in improving the operations of the economic enterprise. We've seen how energetic he is in pursuing the goals of the economic enterprise, and we've seen the results. And Macky, you're doing good, but from the perspective of a local finance officer also, we want you to keep improving. Okay, that's it.
Wow, grabe.
Si Juanita Remorosa.
Oh, gano'n na ho kayo katagal nag-titinda?
Mga 40 years na.
Ano hong pakiramdam na nagkaroon ho kayo ng parang maliit na pwesto?
Ay, masaya. Bigyan kami ng pisto.
Kamusta po ang benta nung mas may sarili na may pwesto na talaga?
Iba. Malakas ngayon kontra sa una kay dito man may ulan, init. E napay demolisyon. Karon kay wala na. Nalipay mi nga nahatagan mi ani ni Inday Sara og sa kuan sa ni Sir Macky o siyang mga kauban. Salamat.
Pangalan ni Manay, tapos
Estela Tanutan, taga Turil. Ay, wala pa.
Sana medyo may background sa flower.
Hadir ka na.
Si Estela Tanutan, taga Turil, Dalnyo, Davao City.
One more?
Mhm.
Isa ba na yun?
Si Estela akong pangalan, taga Toril, Davao City.
Kamusta man mo ang pagbalik ya adrenay?
Okay man, okay. Okay lang. Pero kung anang among maligya ka ng dili bitaw kanunay kusog, naihinay, naikusog.
Kumpara dito sa dating pwesto sa likod, ano siya mong masulti sa yata sa gobyerno sa Davao City, dire sa pagbalin mo dire sa bagong location nimo?
Karon nga bagong location ako, gwapo na, kay gwapo naman migbalay, nya man ang among mga customer ma-accommodate na mo sa dili mainitan, mato sila sa likod para nailingkuranan dito para mag-waiting sila silang order.
Ano siya masulti nimo sa Davao City government sa pabalin sa inyo dire?
Dako kong pasalamat sa mga staff sa city government nga wala mig napahawa sa among pwesto na kuan gyapon na continue gyapon na among kuan sa una sa katong sa Davao Beautiful patong karaan namo nga pwesto na continue gyapon. Daghang kayong salamat og kang labi na kang Sara mga sa atong mayor nga gibindan mi niya og kanang gwapo nga pwesto. Daghang kayong salamat. Og nan pa pagpasalamat sad ko sa atong magagagahom nga gitagaan mi og mga tawo nga buotan makatabang sa moa og dali ra mamada. Nami problema among adto sa ilaha. Abot kamay ang among problema makakakuan mi dayon sa ilaha. Og tempa na pa wala pa. O magpasalamat sad ko ni Macky, Sir Macky, o ni Sir Manny nga siya gyud ang nagpa-kuan sa moa. O mga staff diay sa tanan. Okay na, okay. Ay tama na.
Isang pasada na lang ho, si Jomar, yung buong stretch.
Maayong hapon sa tanan. Ako diay si Santos Kamingge, isa po sa president sa asosasyon sa Bangkeron Public Market. Kami sa Agdaw karon no, nag-interview. So while sa mga improvement na among na sinati niyani na sa pagdumalan ni Sir Macky Calypso, no, Maximo Calypso. So aduna mi na experience na mga improvement like nahitabo karon adunay mga kalimpyo na nahitabo na kuan, especially sa arrangement o sa mga kuan sa stall, no, maayo ang iyang pagkahiluna. And then sa mga prices po o mga kuan sa mga isda, so di naman kayo may kamahalan, no, so kaya ra pod. And then sa kuan kaning atong pag kuan sa mga buildings, lalo na sa mga mga basura, no, na may mga kuan pero dako gyud ang iyang improvement na nahimo, no. So sa kuan pod kaning sa mga tuna, sa mga bangus, no, especially sa mga unsa pa man mga tinda na naa karon, no, especially sa building, dako kayo mig pasalamat na adunay mga improvement, no, na nahimo, no. We expect usab na mahitabo pod kini sa mga public market na nakapalibot dinhi sa Davao City, no. So nahimo ni usa ka example kaning sa Agdaw, maayo gyud ang iyang result, no, sa pagdumala ni sa panahon ni sa Sir Maximo, no. So aside ana naay mga some problems about sa mga basura, pero nakita naman namo na ginaaksyonan gyud siya, no. Ginaaksyonan siya, pero tungod lagi kay sa kadaghan laylahi ang mga ugali sa mga tao, so medyo kadugayon sa pag-manage na ana, no. Sa PAUD makahatag po na siya kung ma-manage, like example kanina pa, so safety ang among health bahin sa pagkaon, sa isda ug usa pa man mga product na ginagamit nato for sa mga inadlaw nato ng mga na panginahanglanon, no? So sige na sir. Oo. So bahin sa kuan management sa mga sa list of contract unsa pa mga taxes, mga obligasyon namo na among bayaran sa kuan. So affordable naman siya, di kayo bugat. Pero sometimes adunay mga sitwasyon na dili pareho ang prices ng isda. Like example, na mga season na daghan og isda, na po'y mga season na jutay lang ang isda. So magdepende ang among income sa kalidad ng isda ug unsa kadaghan ng isda ang moabot. And that's why so dili namo ma-fix gyud kung unsa gyud ang among income para masupplyan namo kung unsa among mga obligasyon ngadto sa government, no, mga rental, no. So far maura man kayo na andi kayo na maugi siya ang iyang sitwasyon sa pagkakaroon. No, I hope so na kiniusab na benepisyo na nadawat diri sa lalo na diri sa Agdaw. Ako nagdahom usab na mahitabo ko kini sa uban mga kaning palengke na nakapalibot diri sa kuan. So maura ka ang akong makuanan bahin sa operasyon, no, di sa satisfied naman may sa aduna kami mga comments, aduna kami mga reklamo bahin sa kuan gina-response naman dayon. Oo. Pero di as possible na kakaroon kami magreklamo asing karon dayon so minute na pay mga proseso na mga manghitabo pero magpaabot lang gyud. So par gina-actionan gid siya, no? So maura ang akong ika-sulti, no? Salamat og daghang salamat sa tanan og maayong hapon. Salamat. Okay.
Ito pala galing yung jutay. Dito pala yung